guys, it's Inkeater, and tonight for BAM! Vinyl and Music News, I thought we would talk more on the side of nostalgia. I don't know about you, but I was sitting there and I was jamming out to the radio, and of course nowadays, most music, it's completely the norm to contain a curse word. Just like back in the day, it was completely normal to contain an innuendo. Innuendo is an innuendo. Sex is sex, no matter which way you look at it. But what's funny was I started to think back to what was the first song that I heard that had a curse word in it. And it's kind of funny because most of the songs that I recall my mom just going apeshit about were so minor in comparison to today, and I can only imagine what parents go through. But I just wanted to name a few of my songs that I remember hearing a curse word for the first time, or rather a word that was just like, ooh, you can't say that in my house. And I was curious what songs other people, like, they recall in their Rolodex of a brain. And in my case, it happens to be AC/DC's Big Balls. It was the most hilarious thing to say with two brothers. I'm sorry, balls, farts, you name it, it was totally game. And I think the worst part is that my mom introduced us to this song thinking it was going to be like the world's worst, like thinking that we were going to totally hate it or we were just going to be totally not bored. And it's like, hello, you just told a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old big balls. And yeah, if you've heard the song, enough said. If you haven't, I'll try to leave a link or a playlist down below. Number 2 has to be Andrew Lloyd Webber's, I cannot remember which song exactly or which version exactly, but it's Phantom of the Opera, the part where he goes, sing, bitch. I think it was the only opportune time where my mom let us sit there and say the word bitch, because it was blatantly out there in the song and she just couldn't avoid it. Sadly, I have not been able to track down a version of that song, which is kind of crazy, because I'm like, I remember hearing it as a kid, and now I can't find it. Or maybe I just haven't looked in the right areas. And finally, the third song would have to be Chumbawamba, which, again, minor in the age of today, but totally in my childhood, it was just like, oh my gosh, you said what? I remember listening to Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping, and I wanted to learn the lyrics. And I knew in the song it said the word pissing, and my mom was absolutely convinced that it said kissing. And finally, there was this one part in the song that me and my brothers could sit there and just like scream and belt our lungs out, and we totally went gung-ho with it with the word pissing. And we won that battle, and my mom slowly looked at the book of lyrics and realized it said pissing in the song. Anyway, it's kind of minor in terms of today's music, but I was curious, what are some songs that you recall from your childhood that had cursing in it, or what was the first song that you ever heard that had cursing in it of any kind or some kind that your parents made a big deal about that you're just kind of looking back on it now like, what? That wasn't so crazy. I'm just curious because I was just thinking back to mine, and mine were AC/DC's Big Balls and Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping and Phantom of the Opera's Sing, Bitch. Anyway, hope you guys are doing awesome. Bye.
Whatever it is that you believe you're seeing, it's not real.
Seeing things before they happen.
Things are not always what they seem in this place. So you can't take anything for granted.